Hello and welcome back to Building Wealth on the Go. I'm your host, Brad Wilson, Wealth Advisor at KLT Wealth Management and Associate Portfolio Manager at Q Wealth Partners. Happy New Year to everyone. We're back in our January here with our market update for Q4 2025, as well as our year wrap up of 2025 as well. We're going to focus a bit more on the year that was 2025 in the markets today. A quick little deep dive, couple minutes long, just to give you a snapshot and a quick little glimpse of what forecasts are saying leading into 2026. And we'll do a bit more of a deep dive as the year progresses throughout 2026. So first, starting off, 2025 was a positive year in the markets. It was anticipated to be, another strong year, not as strong as we had seen in the previous couple of years, especially in equity markets, given the back-to-back 20% year plus that we had in the S&P 500. But we did see overall strong returns, with the S&P 500 finishing up just over 16% for the year in US dollar terms. One of the big narratives, especially as Canadian investors, to watch, and that we did watch in 2025 and likely potentially to be a theme in 2026, was the US to Canadian dollar ratio. So as Canadian investors buying into US companies, buying US stocks, ETFs, mutual funds, or funds that hold US companies, currency can matter, and there is the potential to hedge it, an opportunity to hedge it, protecting yourself against some currency. But most of the broad-based index trackers, or a lot of what retail investors are invested in, they tend to be unhedged. And that currency actually was about a 5% roughly gap. I'll put on screen the exact disparity that we hit as of the end of December, but that's a bit of a drag by that percentage point on the year. So that was one of the themes to watch. So with the US struggling relative to currency, the Canadian market was a really, really strong market in 2025. VCN is a Vanguard index tracking ETF, use that a bit as a benchmark, was up almost 31% for the year. So really, really strong performance overall in the Canadian market. Canada as a whole represents a really, really small portion of the total world. So when you're investing in a diversified portfolio, your Canadian exposure is not significant. But for those who are overweight Canada or whatnot, it was very beneficial to them in 2025. What we'll shift to now is a big graph on screen. You'll see lots of numbers, but it's really, really neat breaking down the asset classes, the different sectors, different commodities as well. You look at gold, Bitcoin, other alternative assets as well. And you can see the 2025 performance highlighted on the right-hand side of this graph, but this shows 2011 to 2025 performance by asset class. So you can see star performers, gold up 63.7%. That was the big driver here in Canada. We have a big gold sector, gold miners, and that was one of the big drivers of the TSX index here in Canada. So, will that gold continue into 2026? To be seen, but it was a fantastic place to be in 2025. Developed international markets would be the second one there at 31.6%. You've got emerging markets followed by the NASDAQ 100, and you've got US growth, large caps, convertible bonds. You can see all the way down. Only one asset class on this chart negative for the year, and that was Bitcoin. Bitcoin's first negative year since 2022, and it was down to 65% in 2022. Had 2 years of over 100% returns the last 2 years, and a small modest down year this year. You did see some rotation out of Bitcoin in the fourth quarter. Gold prices did struggle a little bit into the Q4, but did rebound towards Christmas time and had some strength following the end of the year there. But overall, a very, very good market in 2025, which is great for investors. And that leads us into 2026. So what's the look ahead in 2026? I think there's a lot of cautious optimism in the markets, once again, especially equity markets. There always will be and always is something that is keeping markets on edge. Some numbers and data that are being followed, whether it's inflation, it's interest rates, it's the economic indicators. Are we heading into a recession? Where are we from an economic growth perspective, whether it be domestically here in Canada, the US, or internationally? There's also geopolitical conflicts, right? We had to just start the year, a big sort of news and conflicts with the United States capturing the president of Venezuela. So, and there's talks of oil and everything there, lots of news, lots of headlines, lots of talk. So there always will be something like that. And digging through that and looking at the underlyings to find out what does that mean for the markets. moving forward. So overall, like I said, cautious optimism seems to be the theme again here in 2026. A lot of analysts and predictions seem the mid to high single-digit returns on U.S. equities to low double-digit returns. So that seems to be the projection overall. But there's our quick forecast for 2026, our quick review of 2025. I hope everyone had a fantastic holiday season, is enjoying the new year so far, and we'll be back with a bit more deep dives as the year progresses, and we'll see where things go. So thanks as always for tuning in, and we'll see everyone next month.